Hi guys and welcome to the channel. My name's Heister. Thank you for coming along. In today's episode we are in Prehistoric Kingdom and I just feel like I want to pump out a video today to kind of give you 5 reasons why I think this game in its current form right now in beta is much more enjoyable than Jurassic World Evolution 2 and why I think come early access it will be one of the best content creating games out there. So one of the first things I want to start off with is the placement of paths and also the placement of foliage, trees, etc. Now in Jurassic World Evolution 2 you would have your path along here for instance and you would come across at an angle and you would have maybe some buildings and you have like a little gap here maybe where you thought to yourself I'd like to stick a large tree there. Now you can do this very freely in the game to the point where it will go over the path but you can also delete it off. So if we wanted to stick down some pine trees, that's a bit large, we'll go like this and you can just place the pine trees as you want. Now you can hold this down as well and literally just brush along like that, which is super satisfying, and you can get as close as you like to that path, even to the point where you can place it on top if for some reason you wanted to do that. And for me that's a really nice touch because it just allows you to do as you want in the game to your ability, so you're not kind of restricted in how you place your items. So number 2 for me personally is going to be the modular pieces. Now just like in Planet Zoo, you can build anything you like customly with all the pieces you've got, and you've got all different types of angles, shapes, degrees of certain like angles, literally I said that, so little different types of angles and things like that as well. So you can, like, you have a doorway here for instance, like if you're not happy with that doorway you can change that and make it however you want. If you fancied a really large doorway you can do that, have like a giant doorway into the building, and you can keep that shape as you come along so you don't have to keep reshaping everything, and you've got that right there. Fantastic. So say for instance there, so if we went to say pick up a standard size, you can see here, you can just see the complete size difference that I've made, even bigger than the doorway itself. So it's, you know, just the ability to change the size of structures I think makes such good fun in building how you want something to look, because again it's giving you everything that you need to create something to your needs. Now along with that as well, if you was to create a building, let's just make us a very simple like little box for instance here, say this is I don't know, just like a box, and then you wanted to change the shape of this whole entire structure, you can do that like phenomenally. So you can just change the whole entire size of it, and it's just absolutely fantastic, obviously forgetting a few touches there, and you can change it again to size. So say this was a larger building, you can change it to anything you want. I mean, you're going to have some creators out there who are going to make some really good stuff, maybe even tall buildings in the back. Probably not the best idea to use wood for that, but you get the idea. You can make a really nice city kind of skyline in the back so you can see the buildings, and that's the thing that I find is really great in this game. Now moving on to the third one, if creating things like this is not to your needs and you kind of feel like that when you do create a park that you kind of feel like it's kind of looks a bit like naff and you're like, oh, it doesn't look right, doesn't look good. I generally feel like in this game you have to try harder to make your park look worse than to actually try to make it look better. That's generally what I think and how I feel when I play it. Like if, say, you know, let's just have a look. So you've got some barriers, you want to place some fences around, okay? So we're going to do a real quick sketch of a park, a habitat, and we're going to just try and make it to how we want. So fences kind of do drop very similar to Jurassic World Evolution, where you can press C, where you can make them into either straight, press C again, and that will allow you to bend them. So let's just go straight here, and then we'll kind of just measure this up. There you go. So say this is the basis of where we're going to have some dinosaurs. It kind of looks like a... no, it looks like absolutely nothing. So yeah, we're going to have this here, and then you're thinking, okay, well, what do I do with this? What can I do? You could think, okay, well, the first thing I think that always adds a bit of detail into the area is to change a bit of the terrain. So you think, okay, so we can lower this land here, like this, say for instance, just along here, okay, and then a little bit further up, we may want to just bring this up here. So you've got kind of a high area and a low area. So we'll just bring that there. You can see it a little bit better. You can see it there. Now you're going to add some water as well. And again, the water, it's not like Planet Zoo where you kind of have to make the hole then fill the water. The brush water, I feel, for me personally, is very, very good, and it just seems to blend really, really well. Like I really like the way it looks, and just how it just looks really nice. So you've got your water there now, and you think, okay, well, we're missing a few trees, so you can select an option of like a group of trees as well. So you can say you choose all of these, and then we'll do large size, but we'll kind of turn down the density so it's not too much, and then you can drop a few around here, come here as well. And then you're thinking, okay, well, you've got some land here. Maybe I want to change this as well. So you can go to your brush. So you want to give it a bit of a rock effect. Turn down the intensity. Just lower the grass a little bit, like this, as you can see. And it's just like with the brushing effect, it just makes it so easy, and it's satisfying. That's kind of how it feels. It's very satisfying in how you can build it. Now again, we'll choose, say, some different trees here from a different environment, turn down the size, bring up some density, and maybe bring it around the back here. So if you was to say you look from the inside, so you can see you're coming around here, it just feels with this kind of, you know, the skill where you've got just to brush them along, you can really bring it to life very quickly. And you've only got to come down to like this sort of angle where you could look, and you could say, like, if you was in a zoo yourself and you was looking across, like, you would think to yourself that, you know, it kind of all just sits in quite nicely, and it's taken less than 2 to 3 minutes just to plonk down something really simple just by using the brushes, and it speeds up your time in building things. So you can take as long as you want to build something, obviously, like modular pieces if you're into the fine details, but again, like this, if you're not and you just want to make a nice quick zoo, like a nice quick habitat for a dinosaur, it's really simple, and it's really satisfying as well. So moving on to number 4. Now, you already look at this thinking, what the hibbity-jibbities is this? Well, this is a nursing cage, and this will allow you to open up the nursery to make dinosaurs, which in return means that you do not need this gigantic building. Where is it? So this is the standard building that comes with it. As you can see, it looks very similar to the one you would find in Jurassic World, where you've got the dinosaurs where they would come out obviously through here, which I do think they will obviously update that. In the beta phase at the moment, you still place your dinos, they don't exit this, but again, you can kind of see where it's going in the right direction with that. But if you don't like this and you don't want this building to be there, and like, because it's like the main building that you need to produce dinosaurs, you don't have to. They give you this box where you can say, okay, well, I can put this box into where I want it to and make any building I like. So you can build your structure around this, and you can make it where your dinosaurs come in, and that's totally up to you, which again, I think gives you that freedom where you don't have to use the prefabs from the game to still play the game. Okay, so on to the last and final one, number 5. Now for me, it wouldn't be right if we wasn't talking about dinosaurs in this game. Now, the best thing about this is that when you unlock a dinosaur, research it, find it, you don't just get one variation of them, you get multiple versions of them. Now, as you can see here, we have Mr. Hairy here, the Pachyrhinoceros, and this has what you would call a winter coat on because of the location that it was, well, originally found in. And then if you go over to here, you can see that this version doesn't have one. Now, if we bring up the menu, if I can remember this correctly, there we go, there's the ginormous nursery. So we go into here. So now, say we go into the Torovosaurus, which I spelt wrong in my last video, I do apologize. You can see here we have different variations, which you can see the names change here, which again, my knowledge of dinosaurs is not fantastic, but you can see there are different types depending on the location. And also as well, the biomes down here change depending on their needs. You can see some of them need different type of trees from the different areas that they're in. Some need more forest, etc. Now, that's not just the only one. You've got this for this beautiful ginormous duck. I don't even want to pronounce that with my tongue. So you can see here as well, you've got different types. You've got one with no fur, you've got one with fur. And if you played Ark Survival Evolved, you probably kind of recognize this dinosaur as well. But again, that's something that I think is fantastic. So you haven't just got one type of dinosaur. So you unlock the Parasaurolophus, which is that short for Parasaur, I believe. But you can see here different types of like the head bone on top. And beautiful, look at that, beautiful. And yeah, they just they're different depending on the location that they are researched in, which is great. Again, for the mammoths as well, you've got this ginormous beast. Look at it, just reminds me of Manny from Ice Age. And then you've got the little tiny one here. You can see the comparison next to a human as well, which I think is really nice. You can see that's the size of a human, and then you can just see the size difference between the others compared to them. And again, these are found in different areas. I believe this one is found in like a colder climate, and you've got this monster of a mammoth found in a much more warmer climate. So you can find them, like, it's just a really nice touch, and every time you unlock something, you've not just unlocked one dinosaur, you've unlocked variations of it, which is fantastic. Again, the same here, you can see you've got different sizes. You can see this as the human model changes size depending on which one you click on, which I just think is a fantastic touch. So you're kind of given more than just one dinosaur. You can see, and there is the Tarbosaurus, isn't it, which has the kind of like a little tiny turkey neck underneath. And you've obviously got another variation of the Rex, which slightly has a kind of a less of a chin, kind of like a youthful chin, because you tend to get that when you're old. So yeah, that's kind of what I really like about the game. And for me, it's, you know, we've got 14 dinosaurs so far within the game, which is a really nice touch. Just considering that we're in beta, so I love to know how many they're going to add into it. There is a roadmap on their website. I do recommend you go and have a look at it as well, and also follow their Twitter. I will also just shout out that I am not affiliated with these in any way. I'm not in contact with developers, but for me personally, from day one, I've enjoyed playing this game so much, and I believe that it needs a lot more kind of like publicity in terms of this like promotion, like for the game, because it is so good. And I honestly believe that if you haven't got your hands on it yet, and you kind of like, you're kind of gagging to get your hands on it, you want to play it, I promise you, you will not be disappointed. It is so good. And the upgrade from alpha to beta was a huge step. It was a long wait, but just in terms of the graphics itself, like the difference is phenomenal, and it's really nice. So hope you enjoy the video, guys. I'm going to start pumping out Up New Park. It's just, I'm just absolutely edging to do it. Again, I'm trying to find a time for it, but either way, enjoy the video. Thank you for watching the video. Don't enjoy the video, you've already watched it. So yes, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you very soon. See you later. Bye bye.